On what? That you hit?
It's on now.
Okay.
But it's not on Facebook, it's on your camera. Okay.
All right.
You're ready to roll.
All right.
And I'm gonna put it on CFN Network Live. So start talking. So I hit this 5, 4, 3, 2, live.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Dr. R.U. Shaheed, president and founder of Xoaaa, Ex-Offenders of America Alumni Association. My host isn't here right now. Kind of held up, I guess, Miss Tanisha Winters, but I'm sure that she's on her way. My special guest today, Mr. Shally Bay, I want him to be with me as often as possible because he's a business coach. This is what he does. This is his life dedication to make sure to teach us how to be thinkers and how to be entrepreneurs. And to my left is Brother Cades and his lovely wife. Could you introduce yourselves so that the public will know you and who you are?
I'm Michael Cañez, or Canez.
Good afternoon, I'm Crystal Cañez.
You see that? And I might add that he's an ex-offender. He's an ex-felon, gang involved, but I want him to just give a brief synopsis of who you are, what you did, how you got involved with your wife, and I'm sure that she's going through things too, mentally, spiritually, and every other kind of way. Because as ex-offenders, that's what we do. We go through things. This is why we need coaches. We need people that can come in and deal with the problem immediately. So just tell us how you got involved and what you did to go where you went.
Well, like I said, my name is Michael. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona, a rough part of town. Made some bad decisions, got involved with gangs, started going to jail. At a fairly early age, I'd say, first time I was incarcerated was at 11, 12 years old, and in and out of juvenile all the way up until 18 years old, till I was sentenced to Arizona Department of Corrections to a 20-year sentence. And I'll say a few years into the sentence, I actually met my wife Crystal through correspondence. It's funny, the story is a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to write somebody. I kind of was like,
Oh, wow. That sounds so familiar.
I was like, I'm good. But not say the funny thing, the amazing thing is about a month before I had got to my knees and I had prayed for God to send my wife into my life, the woman I would spend the rest of my life with. And the woman who actually introduced us, name was Angel, so I always had everybody an Angel introduce us.
Wow.
And I remember the letter because I would write everywhere, man. I would write to any type of religious place, anything, just so I can get a response.
Yeah. I know the story about
a letter got put up on my bars I was in CV3 in Florence, Arizona.
Okay.
And I looked at this letter and I was like, Crystal, Parker Heights, Texas. I was like, blew it up on my shop. It sat up there for about 3 days. I was gonna actually throw it away. Then finally I ripped it open, read it, and I was like, wow. I had just sent me maybe a page-long letter to her, and she responded, and that was closing in on 20 years ago. I went back to prison a couple more times. Recently released. Early on in my life.
How do you feel right now being where you are right now? You're released, you're out here with your wife who dedicated her life to your life so that your life could change.
It's a gift and a blessing. Definitely is, sometimes dealing with insecurities, I feel like I'm not worthy.
Yeah. You know what I think about that? All the time. When something good come my way, I always say I'm not worthy of it because of my past.
Yes.
I feel like if I was a gangster doing nothing but wrong, then nothing good should come to me.
Yeah.
So I blame myself. And when I step and a door's about to open up, I try to make sure that that door closed so I can have an excuse not to walk through it.
Yeah.
That's how we are.
Yes.
We beat ourselves up. You know, but today, we don't have to beat ourselves up. All we have to do is open ourselves up.
Yes.
You open yourself to your wife so that she can open herself unto you. Now, with those doors open, now we have people that are professional that can bring us not only the other side of that door,
Yes.
but give us some reasoning, because we always look for logic. Even though we're ex-offenders, we're ex-criminals, we always look for the logic. And if it's not logical, then it's not doable.
Yes.
But if it's logical and it's doable, then we'll take a chance. And all the wrong chances that we took in our life, now it's time to take a real chance. And that's a walk of faith.
Amen.
Wouldn't you say that, Chapman? I just, I know that your wife, she has some things inside her head, inside her mind, you know, concerning what it is. She don't want to feel less. She don't want to ever feel that she's not doing enough to make sure that she enhances your stay out here.
That is very true.
I know it is. Because she don't want to do anything except make sure that you're successful.
Yes.
The nurturing spirit of mother, she wants to make sure that you survive. And we thank God for that DNA that God placed in her to be who she is, because we need that.
Yes. Amen.
We need that. We need to take advantage of that. We need to do that with all our heart. We need to do that and make sure that it doesn't make any difference how bad a thing looks. It's always good. The only reason why we're here is because we're problem solvers. We're gonna take a break, and in taking this break, we'll just wait until it's time to come back. But this is Dr. R.U. Shaheed with my special guests, my friends, my family, in Xoaaa, Ex-Offenders of America Alumni Association, and we'll be right back with you.
You're still alive here, and you're still alive with Cynthia.
Okay. While that camera is taking a break,
Yep, there we go. Now y'all can talk about the next
I
segment.
want you to express your feelings, because don't ever fear. Fear is only that mechanism that we have that forces us and pushes us ahead.
Yes.
Let that fear be that catalyst that you need, because what you're doing is the right thing. Don't be afraid to express the right, even to a gangster, because a gangster is waiting for the right to be spoken, so he'll have an excuse to listen. Don't think that he don't want to listen, and don't you ever think that he's not listening to you. He hears every word you say, because that's how we survive. And he didn't express that to you
Yes.
already. Oh.
If I can interrupt just a second, and that's for the next, prepare for the next segment, and you're going to introduce them again and introduce yourself, but you want to get into more detail of their testimony or what you want them to share. This is the body, and this is 8 minutes I'm going to give you. Get into that 8 minutes, get into the heat of whatever testimony, whatever you want to share. Ask them that question, and then you just share. Look at this camera. You can look at this camera. You can look at all 4 cameras. But give us some. If you're talking to the audience, like if you're saying, hey, you don't want to do what I did, or you look at one of these cameras and tell them that. Okay? I'm going to bring you back in just a second.
But anyway, when you be giving your feelings and your thoughts, reveal. Revelation is power. Without revelation, we'll never be able to see. Welcome back, welcome back. This is Dr. R.U. Shaheed, president and founder of Xoaaa, which is the acronym for Ex-Offenders of America Alumni Association, and we've been sponsored by CFN TV network, and we're glad that you're viewing us right now. We were in a discussion with the Kadas family and with Mr. Bay concerning their true feelings, and their true feelings has to be a testimony, because the testimony is the only thing that's going to really save us. It's by others' testimonies. So your testimony, Mrs., is what?
Well, I also have had a very lengthy testimony with my life. I guess just from the beginning of my life, I'm a child survivor of everything you can think of. Child molestation, sexual abuse. My father committed suicide when I was 14 years old. I've had many tragic things happen in my life, and I was in an abusive relationship prior to meeting Michael and corresponding with him for several years. I met the person early on when I was very young, actually right after my father committed suicide. And those were many tumultuous years of my life. And the God thing about it all is that the point when my dear best friend and sister approached me to write Michael a letter, I had prayed also the couple days prior to receiving his letter that God would send a wonderful man of God in my life where iron would sharpen iron.
Yes.
Because I always knew with the things that happened in my life that none of them were coincidence, that none of it would ever be wasted, and that even through the pain and the suffering, that there was great purpose. So I felt as if I was pregnant with purpose,
Yes.
but I just hadn't given birth yet,
Yes.
if that makes
Yes.
sense.
Yes.
And
yes.
so, you know, for me, it was a very long road, and I don't think we've ever arrived. Even this far, 20 years down, you know, looking back and fast forwarding to today, we're still not arrived. And we won't get there until we shed this flesh.
Yeah.
So one thing I would encourage, you know, people that are watching this show,
Okay.
listening to it, is that don't be discouraged when you feel like you haven't arrived yet. Because God has many things a lot of times that He's trying to do in us
That's right.
or through us,
That's right.
through the circumstances and the things that we encounter.
Okay.
And some of them in our lives are unmerited. Many things in my life were unmerited circumstances, meaning that I had no choice in the matter. And then I had some things where I caused my own problems in my life. And I think any ex-offender can relate to that, because many statistically have backgrounds in which unmerited circumstances were in their generations. And then a lot of where they've made their own choices.
Could you say in, say, a minute in Espanol what it is that you know that you depend on to make sure that where you are now, you know you're going to achieve even higher heights because of who got you?
Porque Dios es el gran poder.
Tell it to them.
En es todo. Dios es el gran poder.
Interpret.
Cuando yo era niña, ya no tengo nada. Pero hoy, yo tengo todo con mi Dios.
She said that God is the greatest power. He's grand power. When she was younger, she didn't have nothing, but she finds everything in God now.
So you don't fear where you are right now.
No, because God is good. And even if the road is the road that is fearful, we trust in his sovereignty. It's just like Job when he went through all those things in his life. And even his best people, his right-hand people, would tell him, you know, are you going to give up already?
You're in a Job situation now.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and it's like one of the things that I pray. A lot of the times we'll pray and we'll ask for God to take the trials away from us. I ask for strength. You know, if it's mountains I gotta climb to give me the strength to get over
There
it.
it is.
You
There
know,
it is.
Because
You're not running from the mountain.
No.
You're running to the mountains.
You know,
Why? Because you know God
yes,
will take you over.
yes.
Yes.
Like he has.
That's what he said. Faith will move mountains.
Yeah, it will.
It'll move you right up and
Yeah, it will.
behind you.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. I was saying, and I want the people that are listening to know that we need your help. I know I need your help. I need your help so that what we are doing is presenting something that is real, something that is tangible, and something that'll work. I know that it works because I've been working with Xoaaa, and Xoaaa has been working with me for years. And through the years, we see the things that God has implemented in our life. And they've already been tested. God told me about you today that you're the vice president of Xoaaa. You are, along with your wife, because you need something in your life that you can handle with hands on, because hands has been handling you.
Yes.
Now it's time to flip the script and you become a vital part, a vital component in an organization that I want to make sure that in your heart, anything that isn't above board, anything that isn't God, I want you to call it out with no fear. Call it out. I don't care if it's 1,000 people around.
Yes.
Call it out right then, because we're not presenting no foolishness. We don't have time for foolishness. This is a new day.
Yes.
We're coming together in a way we've never came together before.
So
And we're doing something together that we've never done before. And we need the best help that we can receive because of what we're going to present that's never been presented before. Shelley, what is it that you think right now that in our mindset, in our position, in the time in which we are in right now, that we can truly do what we can do to make this thing viable?
Well, first of all, listening to the conversation, I think of my least favorite and my most favorite Bible verses. My least favorite Bible verse is James 1, and it says, consider it all joy when you encounter various trials. It doesn't say if, it says when. So it's guaranteed. No matter what, we're going to encounter trials.
Yes.
And it clarifies that the reason that there are those trials is those trials are to strengthen us, to prepare us, to give us, and equip us to deal with things further down the line. And then the other thing, which is my favorite Bible verse, is Romans 8:28. All things work to the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purposes. And so when something goes wrong, my first reaction is just to say, this is an all thing. So let me find out where it's supposed to take me. And so I relate to much of what you were saying, because what you were saying was literally the testimony of my life, because those things carried me through and brought me closer to God. So I really appreciate what I heard you say.
Amen. Amen. Well, we're getting ready to do another break, and we want to thank everybody for tuning in to Xoaaa. It's the only TV show of its kind that I know of on the planet. that's hosted and operated and ran, you know, as a TV show by ex-offenders. And I feel good knowing that I have a vice president. I appreciate you too. And I knew you wasn't expecting that, and I know that I put it on you in front of everybody.
This is what we've been preparing for.
There you go, brother. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Congratulations.
That's what I'm talking about. I appreciate you, sister. I appreciate you, sister. Yeah. I really, really do.
We'll be right.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back.
Come on. You're still live on the other strap though.
This is my co-host right
Hi,
here.
nice to meet you guys.
Come on up here. We gonna
So I'm like, no, go ahead, cause y'all
Come on
already.
in.
That's
No,
all right.
y'all
She
already.
said, she said, he said on the show, she's gonna come on in when
Yeah.
she gets here. So
Okay.
Yeah, I
Get
did.
you
I did say that.
Well, let me find
Yeah,
the
they're
shirt.
expecting you.
we got, now, this is the last segment, and so we have, sorry, I put my phone in my pocket.
Is that camera there still on?
No, production camera's
Mine.
not, yours is still on, yes.
Okay.
And also you're live on CFN. They
Okay.
get to see how you do your show, which I love. It's 5:22. You got 7 minutes left when we start up. If you want to start now, we can, so you can have take that full 7 minutes.
Well-
And you're gonna exit out. I'm not gonna do another break, but you're gonna exit out in that 7 minutes.
Okay.
Can I go ahead and get you live?
Of course.
On the production side. Talk to your people. That's
Okay.
your CFN, and this is your audience right there.
Here's my
Hey,
here's
how
my
are you?
co-host,
Good to see
and
you.
she's a little late.
Sorry for the
But I'm
Intro.
sure that she has an excuse. But these are our guests. This is my vice president of XOAA. He's XOAA, Ex-Offenders of America Alumni Association. That's his lovely wife, and they're on board. And I needed a vice president. I truly, truly did, because what good is to have an organization, and we have a 501c3.
Awesome.
And the 501c3 that we already have, it's just laying dormant right now. I got in touch, and I want the people out here to hear what I'm saying. I got in touch with them because I didn't know anything about using a 501c3, so it just lay dormant. So they told me, well, to bring it back and make it alive, you gotta file a 1023, and that'll wake it up, and then to give it life, send them $400. So that's what I'm doing. I just can't send no $400 out of my pocket right now because I don't have it like that. You know, but that 501c3 is a wonderful thing to have, you know, especially if we use it properly. And out of all the people in the viewing audience, the people that we know professionally, who knows about keeping things in order, come on board and help us keep things in order.
Yes.
That's all.
We're gonna believe that God will provide that seed
Amen.
Oh, glory.
in faith.
God has somebody that has
I
it.
appreciate that.
Somebody out there will hear the heart of the ministry, and I pray right now,
Yeah.
whoever's listening, understand that this is a great need.
Yes.
There are millions of people
Yes.
incarcerated. We're
Yes.
the largest country of incarceration
Yes.
in the world.
Yes.
And people need to understand how to restart after coming out.
Thank God.
Yes.
Because
Come
the
on.
thing is, not if you will get out, but when.
Yeah.
And while you're in there, you prepare, but when you release, you're ready.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it takes people.
Go ahead.
I just want to share, I don't mean to cut you off, but back in 2013, it was August 10th when I got arrested for my last crime that I committed. My wife, she came and seen me in the holding, and I broke down. I was crying, and I was like, I can't do this again. I can't do it. I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
And she looked me dead in my face, and she says, "Who are you?" I said, "What?" She said, "Who are you?" And man, it hit me. I put my head down. I looked up. I said, "I'm a man of God."
Come on, man. You're a
I'm
man of God. That's power.
And she said, "Well, start acting like it.
Come on, man.
You're gonna get out.
Yeah.
Start preparing today for
Come
the
on.
day that you
Yeah.
get out."
Yeah.
And I didn't look back. I didn't look back. This time when I got out, I never prepared before and during this incarceration.
Oh, man.
You know,
Oh,
so
you in for a good one.
I know, like when you asked me, there's no question. It was without a doubt. This is
God given, brother.
Yes, this is what we, like I said, this is what we've been preparing for. Me and her have talked about this, and so it's right on time.
Oh, wow, wow,
So
wow.
I'm looking forward to seeing.
Yeah. This is you. This is what you do.
Yes.
You know, we have a TV show. We have a mission. We'll use whatever it is that we can use by any means necessary to make sure that we do what God created us to do. We didn't suffer for naught. We suffered for a reason.
Yes.
It was to prepare us.
Yes.
We were forged in fire, like fire that most people know nothing about. They can't even imagine the fire that we was purged in and had to come through. But it prepared us and made us stronger, and it built us up so that we could fight off the wiles of Satan, the fiery darts that he's throwing at us every day. We know how to shield ourselves because we've been in a place where we had to give up everything except God.
Yes.
And with God, he led us through with no weapons, because no weapons formed against us shall ever prosper. Amen. And didn't mean to get off on the church thing, but I'm a church. At least that's what my Bible says. My Bible says I'm a church. Okay? So I'm happy to have my vice president. I don't even know how to spell his name. I don't know how to spell his name. I just know that in the spirit of the thing, I know for a fact that God told me to do what I needed to do. And I want everybody to call a particular number, which is 469-298-8387. If you wish to help us and if you wish to give donations, we're going to have real information for you so that we can give it to you so that everybody can be blessed. Because you need to be blessed. This company needs to be blessed. This TV show, CFN, like, give me that. So Tanisha can do what she does.
Yes.
If you're interested in supporting us, please call us at 469-298-8387 and leave a message or email us at info.cfnnetworktv@gmail.com.
And do you all see this tie? This tie was created by me. And one day I was putting on the tie, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I say, Lord, something got to give, and I'm getting ready to go to a meeting. And he told me, he said, it's in your hand. And I said, in my hand? I said, the only thing in my hand is this tie. Then I looked at the tie, and you know, it's got the tail on it.